Southern Miss Sports Today with Coach Joye Lee-McNelis is brought to you by Bancorp South, right where you are. And brought to you in part by Hattiesburg Coca-Cola. Want a taste of everything? Drink Coke Zero with real Coke taste and 0 calories. The City of Hattiesburg, a proud sponsor of Southern Miss Athletics. UPS, we love logistics. One Mississippi, now open for small business. And the University of Southern Mississippi. It's great to be a Golden Eagle.
Welcome into another exciting edition of Southern Miss Sports Today with head coach Joye Lee-McNelis. The Lady Eagles, they continue their surge in Conference USA, staying in a two-way tie for third place with Louisiana Tech as they went on the road, got the split against Marshall and Western Kentucky. And you shake your head, Coach, because we were talking off the air about we got to start not talking about the game we want to talk about, but hopefully another learning experience for the Lady Eagles. Lady Eagles had a 12-point lead with under 7 minutes to go, and give Marshall credit. They found a way to roar back.
You know, Coach Matt Daniel and his staff did a tremendous job, made great adjustments. We were up 35-28 at the half and had played pretty well in that first half. He made some adjustments at the half, really kind of caught us off guard. Both teams went on a streak there where neither one scored. It was backwards and forth, and again, it continued to put pressure on our defense to make defensive stops. Our defense continued to hold true for us, and then we were able to get some things finally going offensively. But we missed way too many easy shots. We gave up way too many offensive boards in crunch time and could not guard their star in number 4, Leah Scott, getting to the rim, finishing some and ones. And then again, big players stepped up, made big shots. That was truly the difference in the ball game, is we didn't step up when the game was on the line and finish the play. You have to give Marshall credit. That's exactly what they did.
They did, and so again, it was a game where the Lady Eagles left Huntington on the bus trip to Bowling Green, soul-searching a little bit more, and a little bit more so than even the UAB loss. You really challenged this team, but it wasn't very animated to that degree. It was more matter-of-fact after the loss, like enough is enough. And this team responded the next day in practice. They responded that morning in shoot-around, and then played arguably their best game of the year at Western Kentucky.
You know, they really did, Josh, and we were all very disappointed just in how we handled the final 4 minutes of that game against Marshall. You know, again, you have to give Marshall credit. You know, they're a good basketball team. They were a mismatch. You and I talked about it before the game. As our concerns was our 4 players in Tamara Jones and Kiera Jordan struggle consistently guarding an athletic 4 player. That was the mismatch. You know, normally we would have LaShira Cotton in there to help us, but with her injury, it totally takes that away. And you have to give Marshall credit where credit is due. They took advantage of the mismatches and really came at us, and we just really didn't bow up and say, hey, you're not getting any closer. They really just kind of punched us in the mouth and kept right on going. So you have to give them credit. But yes, because again, the best team in the league at that point was the next ball game. You have no time to kind of worry about sugarcoating it, worrying about feelings. It's definitely matter of fact. This is what's got to be done, or we're going to be embarrassed in Bowling Green come Saturday at 2 o'clock. Things have got to change, and you've got to examine yourself, and us as coaches too, look in the mirror and make the changes in less than 48 hours to be ready to get a win against what was then the number 1 seed, Western Kentucky.
And the Lady Eagles did exactly that to come out Brooke Rhodes, to shoot the ball the way she did early, to really make some nice plays. But then Voisin Martin played well. Brittany Dinkins hit a couple of big buckets down the stretch. Tamara Jones had some nice plays. Durante Clemens on fast break. Megan Brown was, again, she got her perfect game from the floor, which I was happy to see for her. The bounce back game after she was a little tentative against Marshall. It was a complete team win.
It was an unbelievable win. And you know, Josh, the thing that made that game really positive is this team played awful on Thursday. Less than 48 hours, you bounce back and play arguably your best game. You know, Western Kentucky's very good, Josh. They are very, very good. They're very well coached. You know, they're a team that was ranked nationally. They've beaten a lot of teams that we've lost to. They've dominated almost everyone they have played at home. You know, we handed them their first loss at home. And so going into that game, truly, Josh, we were the underdogs. You know, truly Western Kentucky should beat us by 20 at least on their home floor. But again, our staff and our players had a different idea. And fortunately, we had properly prepared. And again, our players carried out the game plan, stayed true to the focus. And that made a huge difference for us to be able to get that win. And it was a team win, very much so. You know, our transition game was very good. It was fun. It was fun to watch because our defense made stops and it got things going on the run. It's hard to find Brooke Rhodes, Megan Brown on the run shooting the 3-ball when your defense does its job. But again, Josh, it was multiple players. Durante Clemens generated our half-court defense, our three-quarter court contained press. It was her energy that really made things defensively happen. And then you had the anchor of Joye Martin inside with her long arms, her length. She really had several blocks in that ball game. And in return, we were able to get some things running. We were able to watch Joye Martin run the floor like we know she's capable of doing. Tamara Jones run the floor in transition. So those things all played a part in being successful. You know, Brittany Dinkins goes in the first half, struggles. Comes in the second half and probably has the 4 biggest points of her career in a close ball game for us. She really stepped up and hit some big shots. But I'm going to give some credit to Alex Cohen. They heated her up defensively. They were trapping her. They were very aggressive. And Al did a tremendous job of running the show, great leadership, staying calm, and helping us run an offense at times, Josh, to textbook perfection. And it was really exciting because, you know what, as coaches, we got to coach. We didn't have to worry about other things. Our players carried out the plan. They played with a high level of intensity. And again, we were able to be successful.
And as Coach said on the bus ride back, they got to strategize, not worry about anything negative going on potentially. It was just a lot of fun to be a part of that game. That was a Western Kentucky team that had won 13 games in a row at home, 25 of the last 28 regular season games. Coach had been winning those games by an average of 26 points per game, and the Lady Eagles go in and win by 2. It was phenomenal to see that size crowd, thousands and thousands on hand, be in almost silence for most of the ball game. Coach, congratulations again, and we'll catch up with you at the end of the show to talk about the big week this week.
Thank you, Josh.
We're going to take a break. When we come back, a lot to get to. We're going to reach higher with the Lady Eagles. We'll be mic'd up again with the Lady Eagles, a little behind the scenes of what game day looks like for the black and gold, and we'll also have Joye Martin on the show as well. You're watching Southern Miss Sports Today with head coach Joye Lee-McNelis.
Conference USA celebrates 20 years.
Each CUSA member has a history of greats.
Deanna Jackson is part of UAB history.
Old Dominion has Tisha Pinachera.
Southern Miss has Jamera Faulkner.
Jerica Coley is from FIU.
And La Tech has Teresa Weatherspoon.
Together, we are the next 20 years.
The next generation of Conference USA.
Don't miss 1 minute of Who's Next.
From the very beginning, your life was made up of a series of moments. Each moment requires you to make a choice. Sometimes you don't really have much of a choice. But for the moments that you do, the big moments, what will you choose? Choose to discover your own path, to defy expectations, to be challenged. Choose to ask, what if? To make a difference. Choose to give back. Choose to do something that matters and make every moment count. Choose Southern Miss.
Hello, I'm Coach Joye Lee-McNelis, and I am right here with 3 of our better guards that we have on our Lady Eagle basketball team. Brittany Dinkins, a sophomore from Miami, Florida. Durante Clemens, junior from the big city of Coldwater, Mississippi. And Megan Brown from Slidell, Louisiana. These young ladies have taken a tremendous amount of pride in change of speed, change of pace in order to get them to the rim. Coach Pokey Chapman, head coach of the Chicago Sky, said this drill and Jamera developing these skills separated her from other guards on our team. So you're going to see these 3 young ladies go through their change of speed. First one, they will go in and out. This drill is truly to get the defense to lean. You want the defense to lean to the inside, then your pulling it over and taking it to the rim. And all of that is a change of speed and to get an and one. We believe in the and ones. It's always important to make the very best and get the most of every play. You can't beat the change of speed, shot fake on the post player, step by, finish the play, get an and one.
Deep breath. Push a little bit further. There you go.
A lot of times when we run pattern or we play against pattern offense teams, we do a great job prepping for them. If it happens quick, what do we do? So King is going which way? Their way. Okay. Woo-hoo! Lady Eagles! Let's go!
Been doing all right? That was a pretty good break. A little bit.
Not long enough. You know how they are.
Never long enough.
That car, a 5'8" sophomore from Miami.
Hands go back screen Ash. Pay attention, Ashley. Go back screen.
As we continue with Southern Miss Sports today with head coach Joye Lee-McNelis, as you can see, we're joined by Joye Martin, a senior out of DeSoto, Texas, the transfer out of Paris, Texas Junior College. And Joye, so glad to have you here. And, you know, I was so excited when a fellow broadcast journalist was coming to Southern Miss, but things change. Right. You have kind of taken a little different shift. You're going the PR route. Take fans through what is different for you in the classroom and how that is progressing as you're closing in on a degree here for Southern Miss.
Well, coming up, I always had a dream of being a sports reporter for ESPN, but that's a very narrow field, and I've always been a people person, so I figured, I could, expand my horizons a little bit and go to public relations. So I'm still in media, but it's kind of like a behind-the-scenes type media. But I'm still get to deal with people, which is, what I like. So still a win.
Oh, you see her smile. If she wants to do that, as I say, if she wants to moonlight as a broadcaster, she could pick up a couple of games on the weekends. I'm sure they'll let her on camera. Joye, don't let the dream die. Maybe pick up a game here and there, right, as a basketball analyst?
Might dabble a little bit.
Well, speaking of dabbling, she's been doing a lot more than dabbling on the court. 10 points, 8 rebounds, arguably her best game of the season when we really needed her at Western Kentucky. And this has been a work in progress, your game this year. It's getting more and more consistent. The team is now leaning on you a little bit more as you've gotten more consistent. You've got to be thrilled with the way your play is right now and the way the team is playing, because this is what you envisioned when you came to Southern Miss.
True. I definitely think I've come into myself a little bit more as a senior this year. I'm a little bit more comfortable on the floor. I know the answers to most of the questions or where I'm supposed to be on the court, and that gives me a little confidence knowing what I need to do and where I need to be and how I need to help my team. So I think that's contributed a lot to my game.
And your game has added a lot of different post moves. You got to give a lot of that credit too with your work with Alora Sharp. Alora believes in you. She sees things in you maybe on a day where you might be a little down on yourself. Definitely. She is a big Joye Martin fan, and she should be.
Right.
But talk about your relationship and the work that you two have put in.
Coach Sharp is definitely a pusher. She motivates me a lot in the post. You know, that's my position coach. And on days when I'm kind of down in myself, she reminds me of the hard work we put in together and how prepared I am for this and not to doubt myself and be confident in my abilities. And I appreciate her for that. She's a great coach.
Joye, this team right now 13-7, playing some very good basketball, but it's just these couple of frustrating losses over the last few weeks. This team is close. What has been the difference in some of the losses, kind of the woulda, coulda, shoulda games, and then the games where the Lady Eagles go out and win on the road at Middle and win on the road at Western Kentucky? You're trying to bottle up those big games when this team is clicking on all cylinders. What's the difference?
Honestly, we had a big talk on the way on the long 7.5-hour ride from Western Kentucky, and we were trying to figure that out as a team. And one of the things I told my team is we can beat anybody in this conference. The only team that's beating us right now is ourselves. So once we figure that out and figure out what we need to do, I think we're going to be unstoppable. And we come together the most for the big games because that's a challenge. When no one expects you to win, I always say you have to. And we weren't supposed to win that Western Kentucky game, and we came together as a team, and we told ourselves we weren't going to, let the naysayers be right. We were the underdogs, and we came with something to prove. So, and we did that, and we got that win, and we're very proud of ourselves. We have to follow up with that this game in Middle Tennessee, so we're ready.
So can you play, is it okay if you play a mind game with yourself and just say nobody thinks you're going to win the conference championship? Can you play that mind game with yourself?
That is exactly what we said we were going to do on the bus, actually. We're going to play as the underdogs no matter who we're playing, no matter what game it is. We're going to play as if we have something to prove, as if the world is doubting us. We want to prove everybody wrong. So that's exactly what we discussed on the bus as a team.
Joye, before we let you go, the things that are going to make this team special down the stretch, when maybe it might be some X's and O's things, it might be you or a few of your teammates, or something clicking that needs to click to make that happen. What are going to be the things we see that makes this team special down the stretch?
Definitely making the extra pass is something we discussed as a team. Boxing out, rebounding, guards rebounding down, posts making sure they turn and box out. That type, just those little things that make us come together as a team and get us those extra possessions and extra stops. So,
Joye, again, been very proud of your play. Thanks for joining us, and we'll catch up with you soon.
All right, thanks, Josh.
That's Joye Martin of the Southern Miss Lady Eagles. We'll take a break, come back, and continue with more of Southern Miss Sports Today right after this.
One Mississippi, your health insurance marketplace, is open for small business. I'm Mississippi's Insurance Commissioner Mike Cheney, and I'm proud to say that One Mississippi is a one-stop shop where small business owners with 50 or fewer full-time employees can shop, compare, and choose from several flexible and affordable health insurance options. Enroll online at onemississippi.com or through an insurance agent. One Mississippi, now open for small business.
Gunderman Group.
Gunderman Group is growing.
Getting in a groove. Growth is gratifying.
Goal is to grow.
Gotta get greater growth.
I just talked to UPS. They've got expert advice, special discounts, new technologies, like smart pickups. They'll only show up when you print a label, and it's automatic. We save time and money.
Time?
Money?
Time and money.
Awesome.
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 I love logistics.
Where's Tamara? Intensity on defense. Come on. Let's go! Let's go! Good! Talk it up, Brittany. Get a stop. Brittany, get a stop. Let's go. Box. Good job. Good shot, Brooke. Good box out, Brittany. Good job. Good talk. Nice closeout, Meg. Good job. Good shots. Be intense, defense. Good job, Brittany. One dribble right. On the whistle. Line. Dead, dead, dead. Good job. Here we go. Good pass. Good play. We got to celebrate those plays. Let's go.
Welcome back to Southern Miss Sports Today with head coach Joye Lee-McNelis. Another exciting show in the book, Coach. And now we look ahead in our first look segment at Middle Tennessee and UAB. It'll actually be a second look for these two teams as the Lady Eagles are looking to get a sweep this week after the sweep, or rather after the split on the road. And
I wish it would have been a sweep, Josh.
That's what we're looking for this week. But Coach, when you look at, I've got to get the sheet out here to talk about the promotion. So much going on Thursday. Let's start there with Middle Tennessee coming to town. This is
the number one team in the league.
Number one team in the league, a team the Lady Eagles defeated up there. That was their fourth ever conference loss, only under Rick Insell. It's WBCA, packed the house night. We need a huge crowd for that. And to do that, we're doing a lot of different things. We're asking all the fans to wear gold. First 100 fans receive a free Southern Miss t-shirt. Then the first 300 fans receive a free gold pom-pom. And then the first 100 students get a hamburger. Courtesy of you, Coach.
That's right.
Tell us about all these promotions.
You know, we have so many promotions going on for Thursday night because it's a big game for us on Thursday night. Middle Tennessee, they're going to come in with a chip on their shoulder. Yes, they're number one in Conference USA, but again, they're going to come up. It's becoming a big rival with us in Middle Tennessee. So the Lady Eagles have to bring their A game because I'm telling you, MTSU is going to bring their A+ game. So it is going to be a huge game, and we need the people in the stands in gold cheering for us. And again, first 100 burgers, and I'm a burger person that likes ketchup only, but you're going to get a burger with everything on it. Maybe even a piece of cheese, Josh, for the first 100 fans.
Hey, so it becomes a cheeseburger for the first 100 fans of the ball game on Thursday night. And then on Saturday, for UAB, it's going to be our Military and First Responders Appreciation Day. That's always a great, great game. It's also going to be Wings Appreciation Day. So all you Wings members out there, you get a pair of tickets. Every Wings member going to get a pair of tickets. And then it's also National Girls and Women in Sports Day. So just a huge game. And to put those promotions together, again, that's going to draw a huge crowd.
You know, Saturday is a really special day as well. And, you know, yes, we've got Middle Tennessee, but we got UAB coming to town. And I will tell you, they have done a tremendous job over there. They have created mismatches. Again, we did not play well against UAB, but again, you have to give credit where credit is due. UAB just popped us in the mouth, and we didn't fight back. So again, that game is at 4 o'clock on Saturday. And so what a great opportunity for a game that the Lady Eagles need to rally back from and play very well, since they whooped us at their place in Bartow Arena, to have first responders there for any blind screens that are set in the open floor or anything that happens. We're going to honor our first responders because you know what? So many of those men and women are the first people that are on the scene of wrecks or the first people that are on the scene of house fires. And it is appreciation from our university and Lady Eagle basketball to give them and their families an opportunity to come watch Lady Eagle basketball, and it's on us. The same thing for military appreciation. All military families that have sacrificed their loved ones, you know, whether it's a brother or a sister, whoever it may be, that has sacrificed for us to have the freedom that we live in our country. And so many of them are still fighting for us to have freedom. And so it's our way of giving to them. So both of those groups have to do is show their military ID and their first responders ID, and them along with their families get in to catch the action against the Lady Eagles and the UAB Blazers. Going to be a great day. Then we will honor someone special, has not been revealed yet, on Saturday at 4 o'clock for their commitment to the Hattiesburg community for impacting lives of girls living their dreams.
Very, very exciting, as you heard, Southern Miss and UAB on Saturday. Then, of course, on Thursday, WBCA packed the house night for Southern Miss and Middle Tennessee. Coach, another great show. We'll catch up with you again next week. Again, we can't wait to see you out at Reed Green Coliseum for Southern Miss and Middle Tennessee and Southern Miss and UAB. You've been watching Southern Miss Sports Today with head coach Joye Lee-McNelis.
Where you go, Josh?
Will do.